Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm happy you found us. And if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Well, I had a little mini series. It was just 3 episodes, actually 2 prior to this one, that was called Designing Destiny. And if you haven't heard those 2 first podcasts, I suggest you just go back on Monday and Wednesday and listen to those podcasts. Designing Destiny, designing our life can be interpreted as creating a life plan or basically achieving long-term goals and live a fulfilling life with a purpose-driven expectancy. So this is what I was creating and just giving some ideas that I had. And the first day that I've done this, we were talking about self-assessment, defining your vision and core values, set long-term goals, visualization and affirmations. We also talked about breaking down those goals and creating a vision board. Also, we talked about develop a daily routine, prioritizing your task, and set milestones. And that was for the first podcast that we talked about, Designing Destiny. And that entailed what I just spoke on was 10 days. And the following 10 days, which I talked about last Wednesday, were for 10 more days, starting at day 11 and 12. So 11 was developing a product or a productive morning, I should say, and a routine, something that you would basically get yourself up and you would start early in the morning. And also 12, we talked about establishing a night routine as well. I mean, if you have a day routine, you might as well have a night one, right? And then we also talked about health and fitness plan, learning and growth, building relationships, and assess financial situation. That is always a must if you want to design your future or designing destiny. You also want to make sure you talk about your budget. And that was day 17, budget creation. And 18 was savings and investments. And 19 was debt reduction. And 20 was financial education. And forgive me, I do have my phone on, but also, today, what we're going to talk about, because we're starting, of course, with day 21, and we really talked about skills and development, but I want you to focus on trying to find mentorship. And that means that if you are trying to do something, be successful in a certain area, find somebody who is already successful and see if you could pick their brain, whether it's mentorship. And a lot of people think that your mentor, has to be living. No, you could find a person that you admired that also wrote books, and you can go ahead and pick up some of their books and pick their literary brain that way. All right, so also want to talk about for day 22, time management, making sure that you understand where you need to be. And for some like me, you may have to develop or implement an effective time management technique like time blocking or the Pomodoro time method of basically saying, I need some time management strategy in my life. So time blocking is a time management strategy where it allows you to schedule little blocks out of your day. And those blocks, of course, have to be accounted for so it maximizes your time in the day. So some people, I believe they might even be calling it monotasking. You can also use a technique called the Pomodoro technique. A Pomodoro is an Italian for tomato. Yeah, I had to look that up. So the Pomodoro technique, It's also a method of time management, and it was created by Francesco Cirillo, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, to help him back when he was in college for his studies. And if you have goals, if you have a goal for, let's say, one day, or you give yourself a certain amount of time to work on that goal, basically the Pomodoro time management allows you to take 23 minutes out of your day, and you will create those little time blocks. And at the end of those 23 minutes, you will basically, or 25, depending on you. Some people I know also use it for 30 minutes. And then at the end of those 30 minutes, you move forward with your next task. But before you move forward, guess what? You get to take a break. That's right. That is their technique. And if you want to learn more about the Pomodoro technique, you can look that up online, or you can just go to my show notes. I'll have a link there where you can actually learn more about it. But for time constraints, I am moving on. So for day 23, we're going to incorporate mindfulness and mental health. And that is so critical. That is so important. You definitely want to be able to take care of your mind. And I talked about this earlier, whether you want to be mindful, you can do like meditation, journaling, deep breathing, and that's also a part of your exercising if you want to incorporate it in that way too. Prioritize mental health by seeking therapy, counseling, or simply support groups. They are awesome if you need it. All right, so we're going to move on to day 24, hobbies and interests. My favorite part. Yeah, dedicate time to hobbies and interests that bring joy and relaxation to you. You definitely want to do that, and especially when you're talking about designing your destiny. You got to have your fulfillment in there. It has to be designed in there. Everything is just not work. You have to have outlets. So in those outlets, you can dedicate time for your hobbies, your interests, anything that helps you relax, anything that helps you take your mind off your daily activities and explore new activities to broaden your experiences and horizon. And not to forget, your skill set. So there are a lot of times where hobbies have, for a lot of people, even myself at one point in time, hobbies have created a way for us to earn extra money. And for some of us, it was a great deal of money. Like for me, I used to love to paint. So one day, somebody was coming in the house, and my grandmother was saying, okay, he's going to charge me X amount of dollars. And I said, that's crazy. I love to do this. I'll do it for you. But being that they have never saw me paint, and I haven't painted on a large scale, but I realized painting was, for me, was therapeutic. I enjoyed it. The only reason that I had to stop was because of arthritis. Yeah, go figure. And I still type. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm going to tell you right now, you got to do something that brings you that satisfaction and allows you to take that deep breath and that vacation away from the normal stress and hustle and bustle of things. So we're going to move on to day 25, volunteering and giving back. Well, I can't say enough about this, because in the Bible it talks about charity is one of the most powerful ways that you can give back, and charity is one of the most unselfish ways you can definitely give back. So finding an opportunity where you are volunteering or giving back, you can find opportunities online, you can give back within your community, you can even set goals for contributing your time, skills, or resources, or even money. But I'm going to tell you something. I've given money, and I still do, but there's nothing like giving your time and being physical by volunteering. There's something that it does to you and make you feel where money can't buy that feeling. It's a certain joy that you will acquire from volunteering or giving back in one way or another. Also, We're going to move on to day 26, and that's review your progress. I think anytime you have, you're designing your future, you're setting major goals, short and long-term goals, you have to have benchmarks. You have to be able to see if you're making any type of progress. Yeah, you must be able to review your progress over a past month or 2 months, 3 months, however you want to do it. For me, I like to do benchmarks like at the end of the week. At the end of every single week, I want to know what I've done, what I've achieved. Did I make a dent? Did I make a difference? And I'll put all that down. And I also do that in my journal too. What have I done? Have I helped anyone this week? What have I achieved this week? Those are questions that you can definitely use as your benchmarks. All right, so day 27. All right, I'm getting all this done inside almost 10 minutes. And I was trying to hit the 10-minute mark, but we went over. All right, so you want to adjust your goals and plans accordingly. Adjust short-term goals and plans based on your review, right? So if you are not making headway with your plans, then you need to adjust your goals or what it is that you're doing, your plans. So you want to make it where it's more effective and use that time management stuff that I was talking about. It helps. It helps me. I have to focus because there's so much in a day that I have to get done. And not to mention making sure I get the podcast done. So I want you to make sure that you adjust your goals and plans as needed. And day 28, you're going to create a maintenance plan. You're going to develop a plan to maintain and build on your progress. Set regular check-ins, monthly, quarterly, to review and adjust your goals if needed. And then that will help you determine how far, by looking at certain benchmarks, how far you've grown. And that's definitely an area that you would want to take a look at over a long period of time, like 3 months, 6 months, and so on and so forth. Day 29, and I can't say this enough, accountability. That's right. Find an accountability partner to join a group or stay motivated. Share your goals and your progress with someone you like, love, know, and trust. Or just simple people that you meet in a group. Somebody that can be supportive of your ideas and that can give you a positive feedback and not so much of putting you down, but they can give you an actuality check where you would say, okay, this information I can work with, but you don't want to deal with a person who's trying to put you down all the time. Don't deal with that. You don't need to. And day 30, hey, let me tell you something. Day 30 is the best. It's where you celebrate and reflect. Celebrate your achievements and progress over time, and you'll be able to enjoy yourself along the ride. Reflect on your journey and the steps you've taken toward designing your destiny, and I guarantee you will come out on top. Now, designing your destiny is for life. It involves a combination of self-reflection, goal setting, planning, habits building, and continuous improvement. By following this 30-day action plan, you can lay a strong foundation and for achieving anything that it is that you're trying to go for in your own life. So do me a favor, go ahead and apply this stuff to your life, and you'll have a fulfilling and a purpose-driven life as well. Hey, look, my name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. I look forward to being back here on Wednesday. I hope that you continue to listen, and I hope you share this with your family, friends, and co-workers and associates. Hey, listen, before I get out of here, I just want to make sure, if you haven't heard that poem for last Friday, which was Poetry Friday, it's called Midnight Love. Took me a little while to create, but I hope you guys listen to it, and I hope you like it. Give me a little feedback. Tell me what you think. All right, well, thanks a lot so much, and like I said, share, like, subscribe, and be blessed. Bye.